What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are safe out there after the storm we had this past week. I'm Alex Perez, and this is your weekly fishing report. Let's start off with your rock fishing up in the Middle Bay area of the bay. And we have a lot of fresh water moving down. We have a lot of stuff on the water in certain areas. So your best way to go right now is going to be bait. So what kind of bait can you use out there? Most guys have been going out to the Bay Ridge pilings, using soft crabs right next to the pilings, drift them through there. You can sit them on the bottom. That's going to be your best bait for out there right now. Second bait that you can use out on the Bay Ridge pilings or any kind of structure is going to be live spot. You can either get them from us, you can actually go catch them yourself, but live spot around the pilings or any kind of structure, or drifting them through the channel edges is going to be your second best thing to do right now. There is a good amount of catfish still out there, especially every time we have this going on, you're going to have catfish. The fishing's been kind of spotty in some areas because of the water pretty much being murky, or pretty much just a lot of stuff out on the water where people can get out and without being able to take some damage, or pretty much just it's safer to stay in some parts. But if you're south of the bridge towards Thomas Point, that's gonna be one of your best areas out there. Thomas Point, like we talked previously, has been producing a good amount of fish. Live lining, jigging, topwater around the rocks in that area. Another area I can tell you about rock fishing right now is Eastern Bay has been producing a good amount of fish on topwater lures. Now, let me show you guys some lures here that we just got in from Berkeley. Some topwater lures like this. This is one of their pencil poppers. I like the old black one. That's a good topwater lure. And I'm actually really excited about this other popper they came out with, which is pretty much just like a smack it. It's a little bit shorter, but it's pretty much the same thing as a smack it. A lot of rattles on there. It's going to produce a good amount of fish out there. Now, even though we have a good amount of fresh water out there, there has been bluefish in the area. Got some reports of people on the sewer pipe, south of the bridge, on the channel edges of the bridge. Even up by Love Point, people have been catching bluefish. Now, when you get bluefish up in the upper part of the bay, you want to switch from your soft plastic jigs or any kind of plastic lures that you have and put some metal jigs like we talked before. I'll show you guys this rig plenty of times. Sting silver with a little teaser. That's going to be like your best lure for when you get into schools of bluefish, or even those smaller rockfish like breaking fish. That's going to be a great way to catch them. If you're fishing shallow water, also silver minnows. This is a spoon here. Any kind of fast-moving metal jig or metal spoon will catch you a good amount of bluefish, and also rockfish if you're fishing shallow water. Can't go wrong with Castmasters. Your Castmaster classic lure will pretty much catch you everything out there right now. Perch, rockfish, bluefish, you name it, they'll catch it. Can't go wrong with rattle traps. Don't forget about this, guys. I know we haven't mentioned these guys in a while, but this is a classic lure. Rattle trap around rocks, around structure, around the pilings. That noise really gets them going. And when they get finicky, just throw out a really something that looks really like the bait they're eating. For example, Live Target. They have some great swim baits. That's a little LY swim bait or bunker, whatever you want to call it. That guy works there. Now, for you guys trolling out there, if you're fishing north of the bridge, I'm gonna say this is the perfect profile tandem rigs that you want to be throwing, trolling out there. Of course, you're gonna need inline weights to kind of sink them to whatever water depth you want. And some of the areas I'm gonna tell you that have been producing a lot more fish in the past week have been Baltimore Lighthouse, that channel edge there from Baltimore Lighthouse to the Bay Bridge. On the opposite side from the sewer pipe north to Love Point, anywhere from 25 to 40 foot of water around the channel edges that's going to produce fish. And if you want to troll south of there, switch to any kind of metal spoons, like we always talk about the spoonbrellas, any kind of spoons, and troll them from south of the Bay Bridge all the way to Poplar Island, or even past that. Poplar Island has been another awesome place to go topwater plugging right now. For you guys going perch fishing, the perch are slowly moving out of the shallow areas, so that means you're going to have to go deep. Find any reef area, any kind of oyster bar, any kind of place with deep structure. The best way I like to do them is pretty much sabiki rig like this. This is an actual legal sabiki rig with only 2 hooks. And then you can also put a little weight on the bottom, regular sinker, 1 ounce, half ounce, whatever you need to get down to that water depth, and just jig them up and down. Some people like to put a sting silver on the bottom of this. Use it as a weight. It's going to add flash. It's going to look more like a baitfish profile. So that's one tip I'm going to give you for, deep water white perch. Sometimes you'll catch bigger white perch doing that on deeper water than fishing shallow water. So keep that in mind. Also, spotters slowly kind of start moving out of the area in the next few weeks. So if you can right now, start keeping some spot, catch them. If you live on the water, put them on a pen, because those spot are going to slowly start running out. And then you're going to have to go, south and try to catch them. What spots do you want to go to catch spot? Hackets, any kind of oyster bar, any kind of reef area with oysters or hard bottom are going to be your best way to go out there. 15 foot or less on the Bay Bridge pilings is going to be a good area. There is still some Spanish mackerel throughout the area. I'm going to say anywhere from, Thomas Point, Bloody Point, all those areas in south, you're going to find them. You can either trolls, fast moving spoons, drone spoons on planers, any kind of metal jig will work for them, but also expect them to start moving out of the area. Water temperatures have been dropping. They're in the upper 70s now, mid 70s, so a lot of these fish are going to start moving out here soon if we keep getting colder temperatures. Prediction for the next few weeks, top water is going to get really good in the next few weeks. Shallow water structure, any kind of shallow water, a lot of the bait is going to start flowing out the rivers, so you're going to have good fishing for the bigger rock fish around the area, especially with light tackle, pretty much anything you want at that point. So keep an eye on those water temperatures out there. Crabbing has also been picking up. I know a lot of people have been fishing like 10 foot of water, sometimes a little bit shallower. Mixture of chicken necks and of course racer clams always work the best. So try those out there. Moving tides are going to be the best for you guys out there, so keep that in mind for your crabbing. We're getting close to that the end of the season here for them, so get out there and catch some crabs. We didn't have a good start, so now might as well finish it strong. So pretty much for you guys short fishing, it's been pretty much the same everywhere in this general area. Sandy Point, Chesapeake and all that. You're going to be catching catfish, a lot of catfish before you get to the rockfish, unfortunately. But some good sized rockfish. Bait of choice, cut LY, soft crabs. You can actually even live line spot in some places. So if you can do that, you will get into some of those bigger sized fish. Of course, perch everywhere in those areas too. Clams, worms, that's going to be your best bet. And that's it for your fishing report, guys. Send us your pictures, send us your reports. We appreciate it. Have a good one.